So to keep myself slightly more motivated, I've decided to make videos of what I'm doing, because I've got this here Impala, and I like seeing videos of Impalas, and maybe other people do as well. Anyway, so right now, just in the garage polishing. Just did the compounding. This car was really scratched up. Looked pretty shiny. Like, it looks good here in the garage, and it pretty much looks the same as it did, but in the sun, it picked up every single little swirl mark and imperfection. Got rid of all the swirls, but I don't know. I can keep compounding forever, but I didn't want to like remove too much. Maybe I'll do it again one day. I've gone over this trunk lid like so many times, and it's still, yeah. It's just, you can see in the light. So once the sun hits it, that stuff all gets picked up. This is the worst spot of damage in my car. I filled it in with similar colored nail polish, but I guess the previous owner said he dropped some tool fell on it, and it rolled across the trunk, and then did a pretty good job of buffing that one out. That one almost came all the way out, and a little chip there. But aside from that, the paint streaks are really good. I was told it was clear coated again at some point in its life, although I do see evidence that maybe some panels were repainted. But quick list of my car. It's got the Hotchkiss rear trailing arms, as well as Hotchkiss springs, so slightly lowered. Hotchkiss sway bars, P71 aluminum drive shaft from Crown Vic. The rear wheels are widened by 1 inch on the inside. They're 9.5 wide, and I think right now it's got 275s or 285s in the back and 255s on the front. In terms of engine, we've got Edelbrock aluminum heads. We got some Edelbrock 1.5 inch headers. In here we've got, I still have to fix this, we've got the whole LED setup. I'm not a big fan of that. How do y'all close your doors? I just polished that. I don't want to touch it anymore, so I guess I'm closing by pushing the window. Got the windows tinted. I did like the bubble, like the fishbowl look, but damn, in the summer, so you gotta have that AC blasting, and then the tint is UV protective too, and I just really wanted to protect the interior. But here's my engine, which I also recently gave a little hose down. I don't like to spray engines. I used to have a Volkswagen decades ago, and every time the one time that I hosed on the inside of the engine, after that, including that time, every time after that, whenever it got wet enough outside, whenever it rained, whenever I washed the car, it would do this thing where it would idle fine and everything, but it would only accelerate at full throttle. So basically, it'd be sitting at a stoplight, and I'd be like, okay, go, go, go. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Once you get to full throttle, the car would just take off. People thought I was a maniac, because I'm like, front wheel drive, look around corners. I got up on a turn. Right. So anyway, aluminum Edelbrock heads, 1.5 inch Edelbrock headers. We've got the secondary air injection system. I've got the MSD OptiSpark. Got this K&N filter. At least it's got this box around it, right? So I mean, it's not the end of the world. Did have some big subs in the trunk when I bought it, but I took them out, so I still got that. But and what else? Oh, it's got a angle cam. It's like 212 duration. I remember what the lift is. It's pretty small. It's got 1.6 crane roller rocker conversion. Actually, do these engines already have roller rocker? I'm not sure about that, but it's got the 1.6 instead of the 1.5 ratio. Aside from that, it's all stock. Same rear gear. Yeah, it's my baby. I've had it for almost a year now. Yeah, I got the tape on it still because I've got to get the polish on it. And then once I finish polishing, I've got graphene ceramic coating. So I've never done that before, so that'll be interesting. It's got this little applicator and the thing. Usually I just wax my cars with my my mother's wax. I'll probably wax after the ceramic coat dries for a week. Inside, nothing special. I got the Impala SS sill plates from somebody, previous owner. I think 2 previous owners in this car, I think, what I was told. Can't so much as I can zoom out. Of course, I got this aftermarket steering wheel. I do have the original steering wheel, but it's, it's missing chunks and really bad. And actually, I didn't know when I bought the car it was going to come with that steering wheel. Oh, that light just burnt out. Oh, here you can see it. Okay, it's on now. Whatever. I gotta change those bulbs. These go off. Does anybody know the auto? This is the auto dimming. What does the auto dimming do? Anyway, yes, I don't know. This is a Grant steering wheel. Maybe it's okay. I'm gonna reupholster the original steering wheel. Put the original steering wheel back on. Missing this panel right now because I am actually bought a separate one. The original one I'm keeping. The separate one from China I'm going to drill a hole on each side. Actually, I think it would look better with 2 gauges on this side, but it's got this plastic and I don't want to cut the lower dash up. So I'm going to drill a hole here in that one and a hole here, and I'm going to have what is it, oil pressure and volts. I don't know, I've got a few different gauges I can put in there. Got this little cup holder, which you kind of need. There's 96, there's no cup holders. Got the Kenwood screen comes out, stereo. It's got, it's kind of cracked, but it's holding together. And when I brought it into the tinting place, they also do stereos and car alarms. And the guy was just like, "Oh, you can't buy those anymore," because they're like cheaper than the Pioneer one, the Kenwood, but better. I don't know. It takes about an hour to connect anything like new to Bluetooth, but once it's connected, it's fine as long as the battery in the car doesn't die. Yeah, right now that's my voltmeter right now, just because I did have the alternator die on me already once. Yeah, 11.5. So that was the only thing that's died to me so far. I did run out of gas because the gas gauge in this car, it goes to like here, and so I didn't know that when I bought the car. It's empty at a 1/4 gauge. So I bought a new fuel pump, and then I dropped the tank, and I replaced the pump. And the car still wouldn't start, and then I was like, you know what? There was no fuel in that tank. But yeah, that's my Impala. I've got those floor mats, but I've got these really, it's Canada, you got to have rubber floor mats. I only drive this in the summer. Right now it's parked because I've got my truck on the road. Dashboard cover, it's not cracked or anything, but you want to keep it from cracking more. Like I said, I also tinted the windshield, the lowest tint possible, just because it's got the UV protecting. So, protect my dash. Kind of want the Z28 cluster. That'd be really nice, actually. I've been thinking about that mod, the Z28 Camaro cluster. Right now I've got an exhaust leak on the driver's side bank. Keeps coming back. I'm going to replace the gasket properly this time. Last time I just used exhaust sealant on it because I didn't have the right gasket. Next time I might actually weld in some flex couplers because the passenger side's got the donut, like the big graphite donut thing. Though that doesn't leak. It was leaking originally when I bought the car. I had to fix it. And I fixed this side, the driver's side, twice already. I got to fix it a 3rd time. But this time I'm actually going to drop the whole catalytic converter section. Oh, right. No cats either. I got the cats removed. Because of the exhaust leak, I think I was maybe damaging the cats. And, I was just like, I'll remove them. So I welded in some pipes straight through. It still doesn't have a check engine light. It still doesn't know that it's missing the cats, which is cool. Seat's a little bit worn, especially the driver's seat. It really needs really needs a new, it's like all the way up right now just so I can drive normally, but it's pretty collapsed here and, you know, staying, but it's not. So it was owned by, I was told, this old dude who bought it new, and then, you know, he passed away, I don't know, 5-10-ish years ago. Son was driving the car. The son blew up the motor and the transmission, or one of them, I don't know, but they ended up getting the motor and the transmission rebuilt. Oh, it's got a Transco shift kit too. 200,000 kilometers, which is 120k miles. It was rebuilt at 170 or 180. It was actually originally the heads and everything was put on back in the 90s by the original owner, so it was just rebuilt with all that stuff again. But yeah, I've got wheel spacers here because I'm going to test out some 25 mil 1 inch. These are the proper. These are from China. These are Chevy truck with 78.1 millimeter center bore, but it's got the lip so that the rim actually sits on it properly. Because I mean, I've run spacers without it before, but this is my good car and it weighs 4,000 pounds. So why not do it properly? They weren't that expensive. The only difference is because it's a truck, it's got 14 by 1.5 thread instead of 12 by 1.5 thread. So I've got to get new lug nuts to put in here because those big acorn ones are going to stick out too far, I think. Yeah, that's right now. Just polish, ceramic coat, wax, fix the exhaust leak. The tires are about 10 years old, so I do need some new tires. But we'll see how the fitment goes once I got the spacers on. You know, stock exhaust back here. I mean, it has an X pipe, so I don't know. Is the X pipe didn't come with these cars, right? It was true dual. I'm not sure, but it's the rest of it's stock. Let's see, I got the one chip, but yeah, it's a nice car. Can't wait to drive it again next year. The blue trim's kind of weird looking, but I think I'm going to do the chrome delete too on the windows. But that's it for this year. Next year, I've got my truck. That's my other project. Square body. Right now, it's got a couple seats from some Mitsubishi. It's got a 327 from a 1969 Nova. That's about it. You know, it's just kind of stock 84 square. For some reason, it's got 2 trailer hitch ports. But yeah, so that's going to be my next project. Once I get this all done and the snow melts, then truck comes in the garage and the truck's getting full exhaust, new interior. I got all these interior parts off right now. In here is just a bunch of Amazon 2.5 inch tube. You know, I'm probably not going to use any 90s, but got it planned out to do an H pipe. I got two flex pipes. I got the I'm in the cheapo Flowmaster Flow Effects because I just can't afford much more else. I was going to use these kind of connectors just temporarily. I mean, I'll weld everything, but I got those. I can try those out again. Shitty Amazon. Already did the driver inner fender. This is the passenger inner fender. It's actually from a 72 to 80. I think it looks better, and it's also got more clearance for a lowered truck. Speaking of which, the truck is getting lowered, 5-6 inch drop, and my piece de resistance is, oh, we zoomed in. Zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Well, I'm really bad at this. There we go. I've got UMI adjustable control arms. Can you see it in here? Yeah, look at those adjustments. That's sick. So, drive like a modern vehicle, I hope, with those. You know, more of the interior. It's actually originally a metallic brown with a tan interior. Somebody painted the truck red and changed it with a red interior at some point. But it needs a lot of love right now. The rockers are toast. So I've got one rocker cut out, but you know, I got the rockers, inner rocker, outer rocker, inner rocker, cab corners. You're floating around here somewhere. Gaskets. There's my dashboard. Working that last year. It's all bondoed, pretty much ready for being wrapped in leather. I've got some leather to wrap it in. The only thing is I have to finish these holes. Oh, pardon me. Because I've got speakers to mount in the dash, and this is one of the speaker grills for a 5-inch, 5.25, whatever it is. So I'm going to make the opening just a bit bigger than this, so that when the leather's on it, I can just force this in, and that'll be like flush with the top of the dash for like a custom look. Yes. I did buy actually 6.5 and 6x9s for the truck, but they ended up going. Well, you can't see them, I mean, right there, but they ended up going in the Impala when I bought that, because the sound system on this thing when I bought it, it had 2 10-inch subs in the trunk and just like some shitty has some Kenwoods in the front, and actually in the backs it had I think I threw them away now, but I don't know, there they are. They're 6-inch speakers in a 6x9 housing for the back. I mean, like, yeah, you can get lots of bass, but it sounded like crap. Yeah, exhausts, lowering, interior paint. I mean, it's like a full rebuild. And then eventually, once that truck's rebuilt, next year after that, I have this 5.3 LS aluminum motor that I'm going to rebuild. Needs a DOT delete. One of the lifters is collapsed apparently, but I'm going to re-ring it. Probably get the heads ported. Oh, I'm tired. Get the heads ported, and I've already got the TBSS intake somewhere over there. Yeah, there it is. Hiding right there. Got the intake. So that's the good intake. It's a Gen 4 LS, so should make good power. Going to do the truck Norris cam, I think. Either stage 4 BTR truck cam or the truck Norris. The calculations I did say that 109 lobe separation is the number to go for the LS that I have, but 107 makes some good low end power, and you don't really lose much. It's like, what, I'm gonna lose 10 or 15 horsepower at like 6,500 RPM in exchange for 20 to 25 across the entire rev range. You'd be pretty dumb not to go for that. Anyway, I guess it's kind of getting a long video, but yeah, this is my my garage. Only had it set up for 4 or 5 months now. Still working on it. Did have an Audi in here. Had an Audi A4 that I was driving for the winter, but that was giving me some problems. As you can see by the, actually that oil leak might be from that car. It does leak a little bit of oil sometimes, which is weird. Sometimes it leaks oil. Most of the time it doesn't. I don't think there's any spots under it right now. It's only when you drive the car and then you park it, and then there's a couple drips in the ground. I think I helped the oil leak situation by buying one of those Emmy Wagner adjustable PCV valves and then adjusting it properly, because this car's probably got, like, I don't know, 75 to 100 more horsepower than stock. So it's probably not breathing as much through the PCV as it needs to. So I got that $250 PCV valve. Fucking expensive, but it seemed to stop the leak for a while, but it's still, like, I parked it in here and there was still, well, I had a piece of cardboard. I don't know what my cardboard is, but I did have a piece of cardboard under it, and I caught a couple drips. There's the headliner for my truck. I'm doing that too. So I've got, yeah, my stuff downstairs for interior stuff. I've got like the door panels, and I'm going to wrap the dashboard of the door panels and redo the headliner. Just a lot of work. Oh, anyway, before I keep yawning, and before this video gets over 20 minutes long, I think that's that for now. Thanks for watching.